So SWC this year is especially important for me to win. Hello, my name is Obabo, 21 years old from Gothenburg, Sweden. I study molecular biology, and this is my third entry in the Europe Cup. Last year when I did this interview, I was studying industrial engineering. So I actually just changed my education to molecular biology. So I don't know too much. I just got started like 2 weeks back, but it's interesting so far. My nickname Obabo, it doesn't actually have any real meaning. So the origin story behind Obabo was in Bulgaria, I think, with my family. And it was like me and my older brother were just trying to come up with random names, and we just started making sounds, and it ended up with Obabo. So, and then I also heard that Babo in Korean means stupid, so I guess it has some meaning.
바보.
But not that I intended, but it works out. Especially since we're playing a Korean game, so something that Summonerswar has learned me that I also apply to life is be happy with what you have. And while it's nice to think about what you could have, you should focus on what you actually have. I would say that my favorite monster as of now is actually Bella, the Dark Cannon Girl, because I feel like she's quite strong, but she's also not strong enough where a lot of other players struggle to utilize her, and I'm still making her work somehow. I would say that my strength with my RTA playstyle is that even though there's bans and pre-bans, I don't feel like I rely too much on single monsters, so it's easy for me to adapt even though there's an additional pre-ban. One of my biggest weaknesses with my playstyle that I don't like to admit is I tend to rely on low crit rate units a little bit too much, and that has come to bite me a couple times. I would say the last two ultimate goals I would have is to first win SWC and then also get legend in RTA. So on my free time I also like to stream sometimes. It's been a little bit less now that I study. So for me, the most important part of the game is actually the community. Even though I enjoy playing the game, it's always been the events surrounding the game, outside of the game, that has been the most fun. Like when I've been in Berlin, when I was in the World's Finals, that has always been the most fun part to me of Summonerswar. As for the offline events that I've attended, I've been to a few of the SWCs. I was at the Tour of Europe, an event in Stockholm with the king and the Korean president, so that was interesting. Then also a couple of non-official events in Berlin. It was either the SWC finals in Paris, that was really fun, or the event in Stockholm with the king and the Korean president, because that felt very out of place to be playing Summonerswar in front of them, but it was very fun and something that you don't really get to do that often. Okay, so a fun story from the Stockholm event was when BT, the previous year's SWC champion, was actually in Sweden for the Korea-Sweden event, and I never really thought I would get to meet the Korean players, since I never qualified for a tournament that was in Korea, so it was really fun to meet them. It was Byunja, BT, and I also had a drinking contest with them later that evening. Yeah, I won. I won that competition, so... And then similarly for the Berlin meetups, it was also really fun because we were a lot of people from different countries, but we already knew each other from in-game. It was really fun to get to see each other. But for me, Berlin is just about the Korean fried chicken. It feels really good to be able to qualify again, but since I'm aiming to win, I'm still nervous, so hopefully I feel even better after the cup is over. So this being my third time, I wouldn't say that I care more or less about winning, but I would say that this time around I'm focusing even more on like what I can impact. And if I lose, I shouldn't blame myself so much. I should just always try to do all I can, and if that's not enough, then I should still be happy with what I did. When I prepare for a tournament, I try to look at the players and potential stuff that they could bring out, and I try to prepare myself for pretty much every scenario, so that I don't get surprised when it actually happens, if it happens. Since we're not at a live event, I can focus way more on my own gameplay and my strategy for the tournament. Meanwhile, while it's live, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's also fun to just be there and not only focus on the tournament. I mean, since I already cut my hair, I'm not sure, maybe I'll let it grow again. But I actually cut my hair since we had such an early loss in the Siege tournament. If I win the Europe Cup, I'll go to Berlin and I'll be the one buying everyone chicken.
I think I would rather have the skills of the monster than the appearance, because
because of the. I don't want to look like the monster, but the animation will look really sick in real life. Yeah, I think the Onimusha skills looks pretty sick. If I could do this in real life, it would be amazing. Especially if I could do this in SWC on the scene. Just to make my opponent scared, you know, not to kill him.
Okay, so I would actually rather have a skill of unit as well, but I would pick like a unicorn's transformation skill, so I can have like the skill and also transform to get the appearance of a unicorn. So that would be my pick. I would rather just cut my hair every time I get an LDNet 5. I'm pretty sure I've gotten more LDNet 5s than I've cut my hair anyways since I started playing Summoners War, so...
I think I would rather... the first option seems good. Yeah, it's fine for me.
Oh, I mean... Okay, Obabo, I'm gonna guess 13. Okay, Phymon. Yeah. You go first, Roseth.
Oh my god! Mount Runar, Ideni, Garen Forest, Tamor Desert, something like this.
Okay, so Obabo, Phymon Volcano, Garen Forest, Vrophagus Ruins, Tamor Desert, Mount Kiss, I think. Is it not Mount KIC? Oh shit. I had one, what's the name? Chiruka Desert, no? Isn't like the last one Chiruka something?
Yeah, okay.
Obabo.
Was it?
Shazam. Shazam. What?
Was it? Xiaoling?
Ooh.
Yeah, I second awaken this monster, I know.
Yeah. Thing is,
Unfortunately.
I had no clue what her name was. I had no clue what her name was.
Was it? Jara? No? Jara? The Dark Phoenix? No? Man, this is so hard. Was it? Gianna?
Oh. Oh, okay, okay, so she has
Yeah.
like a yellow feather. Okay.
Yeah, I just noticed that she has a little yellow. Oh yes, it's 21. Oh my god. It's tricky.
I've probably heard it when I've watched like SWC, but I think they could work on the title a little bit. Like, who's next would have been better than the next up, I think.